Turn on the input. Turn on the input. It's all the same. It's all a game. So turn on the input. Turn on the input. Turn on your inside. If you agree or disagree, turn on the input. Turn on the input. Turn on the outside. Choosing to run, I cannot warn you. So turn on the input. Turn on the input. Get on the inside. Carry the song. We can be strong. So turn on the input. Slowly turn your insights on. You may be invincible. Turn on the input. Turn on the input. Turn on the input. Turn on the input. Just gonna do a little bit. I can't see you, so I can't see who's here. Technology and future need is the picture we'd like to paint. The truth though will someday show. When there's no rain or falling snow. solution. An industrial wasteland, a technological nowhere land. An industrial wasteland, a technological nowhere land. Let it go. Do you hear the wind? I don't hear anything. Do I don't know who's out there, but that's it. What I'm gonna do is just play something and set up for talking.
This is not a remix, more than it is a recording.
Hi. Uh-oh. I guess I got into it too much and it's not set up. Ah! I had to literally fall into my chair. Oh my god, this is so funny. Ah! Because the camera angles, of course, are all messed up because they weren't designed for speaking since I've been rehearsing in this room for the last couple of days. Let's see. Can I fix it? Can I fix it? Well, that's a little bit better. Although it's like a third wheel interview because you're over there and I'm over here. And so I'm wanting to speak this way and you guys are over there. So that's going to be a bit weird, but oh my gosh. Nice to see all of you. I wasn't sure I was going to do anything tonight because I'm leaving for the shows in just a few days and I got to pack all this crap up and make a general mess of the studio. So I wasn't going to be doing anything crazy. Oh, my brother's on the stream. That's awesome. Hi, bro. So yeah, it's a bit of a heavy day all around. And, well, let's just say the world didn't make it that much better. So, sorry, I gotta fix this. Oh, that's why. There we go. That sounds much better. But, yeah, so here I am with nothing to talk about, really. And I wasn't planning on really doing much other than hanging out with you guys, but for some reason, I felt like doing that batch of songs just like, I don't know, about a half an hour before the stream, I was feeling antsy and I wanted to get it out of my system. And so I figured that was the only way to do it, was to do a little bit of singing, but I wasn't ready to do a whole set kind of thing because I rehearsed for about 4 hours earlier in the day. Sorry, Alex. But it was one of those things where I knew I couldn't just go and do another 2 hours just a few hours later. It's not good for me to do that, and I got to rest up. Not that I'm doing my voice any justice because I'm having some beer in a wine glass. I'm having my beer, and anyway, so that's what I'm doing. So no real topic for tonight other than the fact that unless you're sleeping under a rock, I have shows coming up. And here, let me put some of that on the interwebs somewhere. Oh no, I guess I can't put it on the interwebs yet. We'll come back to that. We will come back to that. But yes, I have shows coming up, and we'll put that up in a second, just so that if anyone's tuning in, they'll know that I have shows, because, I'm supposed to be, promoting and stuff. And I should have had these links ready, but of course I didn't. But that's just the way it is, isn't it? Nothing whenever you need it, right? But anyway, I will give you the links to the shows at the moment. Hold on. Don't be mad. And by the way, tonight's one of those nights you can ask me anything and I'll do my best to answer it. Although I would say try to stay out of the obvious divisive things that are going on, because that's not going to help us at all. So I thought I would avoid it and let the music do the talking, let the remixes do the talking. Oh, nice comment here. Urban Shaman on YouTube says, I just got home from work and rewound the video and it stopped at Industrial Wasteland, and I swear to y'all that's what I was singing all day at work. Awesome. That is awesome. Love you, Claude. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Claudio says, did I see the new MPC? Nah. I mean, yes, I saw it, but nah. I got everything I need right here. These three little objects. This is all I need right here. That's my MPC. So we don't need it. So yeah, I'm not into it. I'm actually anti gear at the moment. I don't want to buy anything. I was having the most wonderful conversation with Greg from Vic 20 last night, and we were talking about gear. And while there are some dream pieces of gear that I would love to have, um, they would tend to be either on the expensive side or I would have to get one of those knockoffs. So I'll tell you which ones though, as soon as I fix the microphone yet again. Um, if I could get my hands on a a, a true TR-909, I would love it. I would love having a 909 again. And see, that's a drum machine with like basically 8 sounds in it. I wouldn't mind having an 808 either. One of those. Um, but yeah, my gear lust is at an all-time low when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm actually jonesing more for an iPad at the moment. Well, I'm vacillating between either an iPad or um, a Microsoft Surface, and only because I want to use certain specific software on it. But I'm leaning more towards and getting maybe an old iPad Pro or something. But I need to do some. You're right. Um, it's the gas. It's the gas. You can't tell, but I like how my glass is being lit up by the circuit. Hold on, let me see. I don't know if you can see it, but we'll try to make it normal. Here we go. Can you see? Oh, you can't see it. Well, maybe you can. Hold on. No, you still can't. You still can't see it. Oh well, it's lit up all nice. I almost don't want to drink the beer, which is quickly going straight to my head because I don't hold my liquor very well. But anyway, so last night we were talking about different things, but mostly gear. We were doing a lot of talking about gear, and the shows, of course, coming up, which I just gave you the links. But hold on, interwebs. Ooh, interwebs. By the way, if you ever want to know where I'm playing, you can go to the Bandcamp page for Anything Box and click on shows. And if you do that, you get this nice nifty thing that tells you where I'm going to be, which is nice. But anyway, I'm going to go right down the line. And I'll even tell you why I'm excited about each one, because each one is very unique. McAllen, Texas was one of the first places in Texas that we ever played when the rave scene was happening. And it was a strange experience to play McAllen, Texas. It was so happening. You have no idea how happening it was over there. So I remember the shows that we did there as really crazy. And the fact that the place is called a dungeon just gives me these weird vibes of like it's going to be just this crazy show. So that's why I put Elon Musk on the guest list on that one. But definitely McAllen, Texas, July 1st. In Houston, of course, it's always a pleasure to return to Numbers because it's a great place. And been missing my friends. And even though I only get to see them for a few hours, but at least I get to see them. And it's Houston, so who knows what's going to happen there, right? As for Fort Worth, that's on the 3rd. That's going to be fun. I actually really like playing Dallas. I don't think we played Dallas enough. So that's going to be a good one. By the way, the one on the 2nd, 3rd, 6th, 8th, and 9th are all with Rob Rowe of Cause and Effect fame. So that's going to be really cool to have them on the bill. That's going to be fun. I think Channel 69 is joining us for a few, and Vic 20 is joining us for a few. So that's going to be awesome. Then comes, of course, El Paso, which, I mean, I don't have to say anything. That is like the jam. That is going to be like the craziest, awesomest, loudest of all of them. I just know it. I mean, Yeah, I just know. It's El Paso. If you don't know how El Pasoans party, they party hard. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Um, San Antonio, I just love the city so much. So being there is going to be amazing. And then comes Austin, which will be the second time in like 25 years or so that we've played Austin. I think the last time we played Austin was like, God, I want to say like 2002 or something. So it's been a long time. So I've been dying to play Austin. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And that's it. I've told you where all the shows are. I've plugged the shows 4 days before. No, I'm kidding. I've been putting up flyers and stuff, but I just wanted to make sure you knew that I'm coming. And which brings into an interesting topic. I got asked this question a lot in DMs and whatnot, which is like, why am I not going back to Seattle? Why not New York City? Why am I not doing Detroit? Why am not, like all these different cities keep popping up. People want me to go here, they want me to go there. And the tone that I got from some of these DMs was that for some reason it has something to do with like not having enough fans, or like is it because you just didn't ever come here before? Like, what's the deal? And the truth of it is, well, I'll tell you what that is after I play a song. How's that? So I'm going to turn the moon on. I'm going to play a song because, we have to like play a song. So I'm going to play a remix of Clean. This is the Hajas edit, and I've always been a fan of this remix, but I thought I'd play this tonight. So mostly nice material. But actually there's a key here to some of this material. With the exception of one of the songs that you're going to hear in this playlist that I've got together. These songs, all but one, have something in common. And it has to do with the shows. Everything is clear. The Hodges remix. Oh my God. Beer and train wreck. That's right, Mai. That's what's happening right now as we speak. No, I'm kidding. It actually, for some reason, beer tends to do that to me, whereas wine does not. Wine is, it's different. It seems like wine comes on like nice and soft and gives me like this nice and easy thing. Beer, it's like it goes. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, like right about there. I'm kidding, sort of. Um, but so back to the questions. Sorry, trying to make sure you guys can hear me. Um, well, by the level meter, it says that you guys can hear me, but just a nice show of hands that you can hear me clearly would be nice. But Club A official says, "Hola from Tijuana, Mexico. Hola, ¿cómo están?" I still have to do the Spanish show. It's gonna be fun when I do it. I don't know when I'm gonna be like brave enough to do the Spanish show, but I'm gonna do it. But so yeah, so one of the questions that I got, uh, or that I've been getting like for the last couple of weeks actually, is about this touring schedule where they're like Texas, but why not Chicago? Why not Seattle? You know, yada yada yada. Every city besides Texas, obviously, right? And the truth of it is, um, my agent is out of Texas, and he's wonderful, amazing. And he does get me shows in places like Seattle. He has gotten me shows in places like Jersey, and I've gone back and done things in Chicago and all that stuff. It's harder to get shows, or it was seemingly starting to get a little bit easier around 2019, and it was happening a lot where I was like, okay, Colorado's back. I can do Colorado more often now, which is nice. Um, but since 2020, it's gotten a lot harder to get shows, period. And a lot of the demands when it comes to shows, it's just not that simple. I wish it was really simple, but it's not. Um, we're working on it for sure. We are working on it because I love playing out, so I want to be everywhere, everywhere all at once. Isn't that a movie? I think that's a movie. My brain. Is that a movie? Or am I just making that up? Anyway, but and you know, we were just in Florida. Remember, 2022 show started with Florida in February, but that seems like so long ago now. I'd love to go back. I really enjoyed playing Florida, and I loved playing Seattle. So, and I'd like to do Oregon, which I've never done. Detroit is like that would be amazing. So we'll see. A lot of it has to do with release schedules too. So I'm told. Um, like many people, my life was sort of on hold for 2020, which is kind of sad because now that I think about it, I think it was the perfect time to probably record things, get them mixed, do all that stuff, and release it later, you know, like release it when it was time instead of just like watching TV all day and like trying to like, because every day we thought it was going to be over the next day. And then we thought, oh, another 7 days, another 15 days, another 5 weeks. And it just seemed like it just kept coming and coming. And I don't know if you guys are like me, but I was just wired into the thing. And which is a shame because I wrote a lot of material during 2020. I really did. And I didn't record any of it. I just have demos. 2021 was slightly better, but I had to play catch up. I had to regain, because I don't know if you know this, but um, I literally live off music, which is, I mean, I'm very grateful that I get to, but it's by the, by the hair because, you know, 2020, there was no shows. And 2021 was a lot better in that, yes, I managed to get some shows, but it doesn't fix everything that's wrong. It just puts a band-aid on certain things for a while and kind of, you keep things at bay. So obviously, I definitely want to return to doing more shows. So I think it's going to happen. Um, I'm going to do everything I can to make it happen. And I think that was why I started going and getting more into the art scene and all that stuff. Because I just kept thinking to myself that I have to just, this is a time to get busy, like really get busy with everything. Hey, I've got Emilio on Facebook. Oh, nice. Greetings, A-Box family. NFT New York City 22 kicked my ass. Going over, going over taping. Almost forgot. You forgot I was on today, but that's okay. That's okay. It's not like I really expected a lot of people to be on here. I thought basically either people are going to be on the street doing something tonight, and that's not a joke, and or people are going to be glued to their TVs watching everyone else going crazy. So the world is a little nutty today. It's kind of like it just feels a little bit. I don't know if you're thinking the same thing, but it feels a lot like summer of 2020 where everything just seemed chaotic. So yeah, that was a bit rough. I had no idea that this was going on. I was happily rehearsing, doing art, doing all this other stuff. When it came time to post the flyer, or not even a flyer, but just a post that I was going to be on tonight, was when I was presented with what's going on today. And it's just like it hit me like a ton of bricks from both directions. And I don't know, man. It's been difficult uh sorting it all out in my head. So I feel like tonight was one of those nights where I needed to just do a little bit of a hang, but I also felt like I needed to sing, which is why I did that tiny little set in the beginning, which I hope you enjoyed. I hope I wasn't too terrible. None of it was planned, but but it's gonna be just a bit of a nutty week. So I mean, my recommendation is stay safe. Don't do anything crazy. There's other ways we can change the world and make it a better place. I don't think we need to go crazy. Besides, it doesn't really help. Let's be honest. It doesn't really help. That stuff doesn't help. Being, violent and all that shit. It doesn't help. So, I think there's better ways to handle it all. But anyway, Blade Runner says, I'm glad I didn't buy any Bitcoin. Well, let me tell you something. We're going to talk about that too, because that's an interesting comment. Right now, I wish I had money so I could buy more Bitcoin. I would buy more at this point. I'm not a financial advisor, but I would definitely buy more right now. If I could, I would. And I'm not joking. But, and mine is safe in my own private wallet where it can't be touched. But, so yeah, topics open. Basically, we're just hanging out. I'm going to play some stuff. We'll hang. We've been hanging. Arturo says, we've been hanging with you since 2020 quarantine, but why does it feel like it's still happening? Why does it feel like it's still a quarantine stream? I don't want it to be a quarantine stream, but it feels like it, sending me love. What's up? And you're saying been accumulating all month. Good for you. Good for you. Totally recommend it. I'm not going to back down on crypto. But the world has definitely changed, Rafa. The world has changed. Anyway, let's play a song. Let's play the song or the remix of a song that has nothing in common with these other songs. And I said that all the songs that I've chosen for tonight, minus the live ones, have something in common. So let's see if you can pick it out. I'm going to turn on the overhead while I get more tipsy. This is Soul on Fire, the Heartless dub, which I play out live. That's a clue.
If they should leave me now, if only I could walk, is there somewhere I could go? Yes, I remember a place so far away. Is there nothing I can say? The words have died away. Here I am, all alone with empty hopes. Here I ran, all alone within myself. My heart is on fire, my soul will burn. My heart is on fire, my soul will burn. Here I lay, all alone within myself. Here I ran, all alone to sit and wait. My heart is on fire, my soul will burn. My heart is on fire, my soul will burn. My soul will Here I lay, all alone within myself. Here I lay, all alone to sit and wait. My soul will burn. My soul will burn. My soul will My heart is on fire, my soul will burn. My heart is on fire, my soul will burn.
There's an interesting. I don't know. I know I've played this before. Oh, I forgot. It's not over. I think that's a plane. Yep, that was a plane. Sample of a plane taken at LAX. But there's an interesting thing about that mix that as I was listening that I forgot about. So I think I'll share that story since I'm semi-tipsy. But we had been doing this version live for a while. So this is a version of Soul on Fire that we were doing forever. So this is the one we do live, and or a similar version, I should say. Um, but we had never actually set out to record it. It was just a live version. I don't remember why we didn't do the album version very much, but we don't. But one day when we were getting the Future Past CD put together, uh, somebody suggested that we should stick this version on there somehow and record it proper. So what I did was I gave Danya a mic, I had a mic, and we basically went for it. And so we did it, and it was live. And then after it was done, it was just sort of like, well, I don't see a problem with it. Let's just mix it and then just put it out. And we did. Which is interesting because I think later on we were like, oh, we should go back and do it again and whatever, but we never got around to it. But it's been an interesting journey listening to some of these things with you guys over the past 2 years, because every time I listen to these old tracks that kind of fell either sideways or they were just demos or they were whatever remixes that just, didn't seem like anything of importance to us at the time. I'm finding that I like them, or they're either growing on me or I just like them more. So I like the immediacy of it. Does that make sense? But anyway, so I'm going to give away the little secret of what holds all these songs together. With the exception of Soul on Fire, which you just heard, all the songs I'm playing tonight are songs that are not on the set. Not because I don't like them, polar opposite. I tend to like these a lot. It's just either I didn't practice them enough, or I felt that the arrangement wasn't quite right for this tour, because I changed things up. So time obviously has, it plays a part in whether a song is going to make it to the set or not. A lot of factors, actually. It's whether I can remember the words, because I have to remember the words to all these songs. I don't know how the hell I do it. There is no technique. Seriously, there's no, there is a technique. I remember like 3 words that will remind me of the verse or the chorus or something. I screw that up, man, can mess things up royally. But it's one of those things that if I rehearse a song enough and for some reason it's not sticking up here and it's not sticking up here, I abandon it, and it's like it won't make the set this year. And then, but eventually they'll come back and they'll be in the set. But these particular tracks, they're all tracks I really like. However, this time around I couldn't put them in the set because I wasn't feeling it, or they wasn't working. But like I said, I like the songs themselves. Oh, Raphael says, if I may, you are like Prince. There's so much more we have not seen. I wish I could say that. Even in the case of Prince, I don't know if you know this is trivia, but Prince used to record 16 hours a day from an engineer interview that I saw, that his engineer would show up and basically pull a 16-hour day, and he would just record stuff all the time. I'm not there. I wish I was there, but I'm not. Sad to say, but I write more than I record, which is, it's a strange ratio, to be honest, because it always puts me at odds with my own creativity. It's like I have a hell of a lot more songs that I've written than I've ever committed to tape. That sometimes makes me sad, but it can't be helped. It's just the way it is with me. So I've kind of accepted that that's going to be the way, the case with me. This is the way. If you get that joke. But it's one of those things where I feel like it's just time. It takes a lot of time. And although I love this room now, I actually am starting to really love this little room. It's still not really big enough, so I'm definitely hoping to get into a nicer room, a bigger room. But I will say that I've been enjoying this room quite a bit, and I've been enjoying editing on my laptop, which is interesting because I usually don't like it, but I have been. So, but anyway, so you can ask me anything you want. It is a shorter quarantine stream tonight because I may have to pick someone up at the airport. So it's like, gotta run, go. No, I'll get the text and I'll know that it's time, but it's one of those things. I was supposed to go to Vegas this weekend, and I was supposed to be in Vegas right now, just having a nice, fun time, but I didn't want to go. And, well, I'll play a song and then I'll explain to you why I didn't go to Vegas and enjoy myself. Hint, it has to do with shows. I'm kidding, but I'm not. No, I didn't go to Vegas this weekend. I was going to, but, you know. Ooh, good question right there. So Scott on Facebook is asking me, will you be giving us your set list before the tour, or will the songs be just a surprise? Well, I know there's artists who they know their set, and this is actually this is funny. I've had professional artists tell me that I'm not professional for doing the very thing I'm about to tell you that I do. I've told other artists this, and they're like, that's totally unprofessional. But what I do is I will practice a good, I would say, 25 to 30 songs. And feeling dictates the set of the evening. I mean, I may have a clue and say, well, I'm going to definitely start with this song, at least these two cities, and then I'm going to start with this song on these two cities. Like, I may have some things that I know that I have planned out, but the reality is I'll practice those 25, 30 songs, and then basically it's going to be pick and choose as the evening flows. That doesn't mean that I ask for requests or things like that. It's not like that, but it's one of those things where you kind of have to, you got to gauge it. And I feel like if I'm very strict with the set, that it sounds too samey, you know, like where every night it's going to be exactly the same. I don't want that. And then there's this other fear of mine, is that everybody drives from one place to another and says, it's the exact same set. It was the exact same stories. It was the exact same whatever. I don't like that aspect of it. So I want it to be as special as possible in every place. So it means that certain people won't hear certain songs on certain nights. That's just the way it is. Except for, of course, you know, I mean, come on. There are certain ones that, you know, I have to, but that's okay, you know, but I feel like that's what makes A-Box shows very different, is that I have that there is this element of chaos where, you know, I already have to deal with so many things that are pre-programmed. You know, we've got things that are playing digitally. We've got everything timed to a T. So I like having elements in the show that are going to be more organic. So song choices, even sample choices, even my samples, like I have basically 64 samples that come with me. And then I have another 64 analog percussion things that are sitting on my circuit. And at any moment, so like, let me give you an example. See that sound? If I turn on my keyboard view, now I have that sound just overall. So there's basically 64 analog percussion and analog sounds that I have kind of like sitting around. And basically it's whatever feels good that night to play. That's what I'm going to play. So you could go see, like, for example, Living in Oblivion or whatever on night A, and on night B, it's a little different. It's going to be different. And so I kind of like that. I don't want it to be exactly like the record. I don't want it to be like exactly like, but see, okay, so Mai says, a certain legacy artist I recently saw in Dallas, 2 nights later in Austin, played the exact same set, told the exact same jokes, inserting that city's name. See, that's what I mean. I don't, because then it's not like, okay, so I get it. I get why they do it, because then there's consistency. So I get that part. However, the sad thing about that, though, is that then you wonder if any of it was genuine. And I don't know. I don't want that to happen. So there's always an element of danger. I've always liked this weird thing where certain things are a little out of reach or not quite where they need to be, so that I know there's a danger element in it. I know it sounds weird, but I like that because it keeps me on my toes. So it's like, oh shoot, I hit the wrong percussion instrument. Well, I got to make it work because the song's in. Now I'm in the song, so I better make that work. So I kind of like that, even if people say that it's not, professional. But that's just me. Yeah, see, yeah. So I'm more like that, Luis L. Salazar. He says, I used to follow Bowie on tour. His shows were also different every night. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Bowie was very strict with his band in that you have to learn 50 songs and you just don't know which one I'm going to pull out of a hat, but you better know it. So I like that attitude. I like that aspect of it. So in my case, yeah, I rehearse like I said, about 30 or so. And then I kind of have my picky choosy of what I'm going to do. And there's some times where I think I'm going to play this song on this particular city no matter what. And then the night happens and I'm like, it's just not right. It won't fit. And I just either chicken out or whatever you want to call it, but I'll change it. But, but you have to kind of do it that way for me. Because otherwise, like I said, everything's so programmed that then even I'm programmed and I don't want that. So anyway, I hope that answers your question, but feel free to ask questions because that's what this tonight's about. So anyway, I'm going to play a song. So this is a song I actually like playing live, but we're not going to do it this time because this is one of those songs where it really does. there are certain songs that just feel better if I have certain instruments around, and I kind of would need the guitar for this one, but I've done it without and it's worked out. But for some reason, when I was rehearsing, I was like, I don't know that this one fits for the tour. Oh, and that's another thing. It's sort of like a catering effect. No, not catering is not the right word. Curating. I curate the sets. I want songs that, even though they're from different time periods, I want them to work together. So, for example, even tonight, like I started with a song that's completely unknown to most people, but I knew that it would work with Industrial Wasteland and Hypocrites. So, like that's kind of like what I do. Like I'll curate. I know this song is a good song. I know this song is one of the good ones live, but it's not going to fit with these other 5 songs, and I don't know where I would put it, and so that's kind of like what happens. So this is one of those, but I actually really love playing this song, but it's just not going to happen on this tour. So UFO Cam, Doubt. Yeah, this angle does not work unless I'm standing. So I'm trying, but see, that's just wrong ratio. Yeah, it's not right. Let's go to this one. See if I can make this work. No, that one's not that. It's a little better. So all this talk about Spanish songs. So trivia. So yeah, we did 2 songs in Spanish actually. Um, there was a song that we actually played live at the Pipeline and in New Jersey when we were first starting out, and it was called Dulce Amor. That's what it was called, Dulce Amor. And we played it at the Pipeline, but I don't have it on tape. Believe me, I looked because that would have been an awesome one to have on the channel because I think people would have been like, "What?" But yeah, we did that. I think I resisted that one completely because I'm not used to singing in Spanish. I can speak Spanish, I can read Spanish, but singing in Spanish, I feel like I can't get the feeling the way that I like, there's something about the way you manipulate words when you're singing, and I don't feel I quite nailed it in Spanish. And then, of course, we did Carmen in Spanish, which is kind of cool. That one worked out. I was happier with that one, but yeah, it's not. That's a hard one. But yeah, we did this weird song. Like, I just remember like writing this song and then telling Danya like, "What do you think of this?" Like, and she's like, "This sounds like a Spanish song." And I was like, "What?" And it was funny. We practiced it and it was interesting. But it was so just imagine a Weird New Order song in Spanish. That's what it sounded like. But it was strange. I'll have to keep digging around and see if I find it. I was looking for it because I thought it would be really cool if I did a Spanish stream and then bounce that song on everybody. And everyone was like, "What?" So I thought that would be funny, but no luck. No luck finding it yet. Um, but yeah, no, I don't mind it. It's just that my brain doesn't think in Spanish. Does that make sense? Even though I am Spanish, I'm Latin, but I feel like it doesn't process lyrics correctly in Spanish. So for me, it would not work like to even try to do it. Like it would feel contrived. It would have to happen organically. Like it would just have to happen by accident. Like I'm writing, something comes out of my mouth and it's in Spanish. I'm like, okay, I would do it. But I don't like contriving things. I feel like if I contrive the situation, then it inevitably suffers, So Joseph on Facebook, he says, "I'm late." Well, you didn't miss me being tipsy, but you missed me getting tipsy, and you missed a few songs, but that's okay. I won't hold it against you. It's a weird day. I'm surprised there's so many of you at all watching tonight, which is awesome. I really appreciate you being here, by the way. And like I said, it's going to be a short one because I may literally have to run out of here and pick someone up at the airport, which is interesting, because I promised. But at any rate, got a few more, and then we'll call it quits. But we started off with a little bit of a live set. This is my last stream until the shows because obviously I leave in just a couple days, so it's going to be a lot of packing and getting everything done, ready. So it's a different type of rehearsal. Now I go through technical things, making sure the computer's running good, just that kind of stuff. Making sure that all my cables are good, the dumb grunt work of getting things ready, packing, all that stuff. But I do have some surprises that I hope they happen and pan out the right way. But I'm gonna tell you, man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Um, and so yeah. So anyway, so there won't be a stream next week, probably. Um, who knows? Maybe you'll get a stream from the hotel room or something. I'll do something just to keep you guys up to date, I guess. But or maybe I'll try to turn on a camera or two when doing the performances. We'll see. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Hope April 8th says on YouTube, what day does Hope turn 30? Ooh, you want me to tell you to the day? I don't know, but I know that it turns 30 next year. And I want to say March. I believe it's March. Merch is looking pretty bad, actually. Terrible. Hotel room stream sounds fine. After show stream. Yeah, I can imagine that. Oh, I'm so tired. I can't speak. No, the first 3 shows are going to be a little on the tough side, only because right after McAllen, I have to get into Houston. Right, like literally before 24 hours, I have sound check. So that's going to be difficult. So I like to not mess around, no partying, anything weird when I have a show the very next day. So it's going to be like show, go to sleep, 3 hours, wake up, on my way to the next one, like that. I think I get to rest a little bit. In Dallas, I think I'm going to stay a couple extra 2 days, I think. And that's going to be fine. And then, so, it'll be fun. But yeah. So anyway, so let's play another one. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got left? Ooh, a demo. So songs that obviously that are demos, I'm never going to play live because I don't tend to play songs that are completely unknown. However, there are some that I kind of sneak in here and there. Like, Industrial Wasteland wasn't technically ever really recorded. We only have a demo of it. And that's one that I do live. So, But this is a song that I wrote one afternoon, just kind of making stuff up. And the record button was there. I hit it, got this song, and I was happy. And this was supposed to be a B-side on something, and it never happened. But since you mentioned Hope, it came right after Hope and right before Electrodelica. So it's right in the middle of both. And it's an oldie, but it's a demo. So, overhead, with the moon overhead. This is called Listen.
Listen, the words that you told me will never unfold me, and it'll never be my down. And I feel the same, and I feel the same. Listen, do you will remember the words from September? They'll never be the same, and everything's wrong. Everything's wrong. Listen to the words in your head. They'll never make much sense instead. Listen to the words in your head and let me down. Listen, will you understand me when everything drowns me and everything is clear and everything's gone, and everything's gone. Listen, will you just remember? I thought that you told me you'll always be my friend, and I was the one. back to me instead. The worries inside my head, the worries beneath my brains, and all of the fools that I've said to you are in love. Listen, will you just remember the words that you told me will never bring me down, and it'll be alright, and it'll be alright. Listen to the words in my head, listen to the words that you said, listen to the words in my head. You're looking slow, I'm looking down and made of stone. I'm made of stone. I'm made of stone. Listen, do you will remember the words that you told me will never be the same. And I was your friend, and I was your friend.
It's so funny. I don't know why I had an inkling to listen to that one again, but I'll tell you, man, there's an effect that was in that Sony processor that was just perfect for my voice. I just loved it. I loved it. I don't know why I ever sold that thing, because I thought it's just a delay, but it's not. It's actually a weird three-dimensional thing, and I loved it. But I found like I guess you could say it's a plug-in version of it, but it's not really. It was something that was designed to do something else, and I turned it into that processor. So I'm like happy that I have it again, but it's still not quite like that machine. It was so good. I think that was a Sony DP20 or something. I love that effect. That's like my favorite thing. I try to like replicate it on everything that I can because I just love the way it sounds. It's almost like having a vocal double of yourself, but it's odd. Like it'll float on the right for a little while, then it'll come back to the center, then it'll go float out. I don't know. It's interesting. So anyway, it was one of my weird demos that I did when I had that processor, and I think I had stumbled onto the sound and I was like, I love this. And then I played something and I was like, I love this too. Okay, let's just make a song out of it. And so I hit record, and I think the kids were outside playing, and it was a nice summer's day. So it reminded me of, a nice summer's day as opposed to crazy summer's days. Which, by the way, I don't know if you guys heard or if you guys live in Southern California and you'll know what I'm talking about. Well, we had a thunderstorm early in the week that was flipping crazy, man. I usually like thunderstorms, but it was insane. The thunder literally shook my entire house, and I thought that there was an earthquake happening, and it was the thunder and lightning, but it was so bad. Anyway, it was crazy. First day of summer, and we get a storm like that, and it was so unusual, and I thought, this is the world reacting to all the craziness that's going on. That's what I thought. Anyway, but we're almost there. We're almost there. I'm going to have to call it quits in like 5 minutes, and then I got to run and get over to Long Beach Airport. But, so this is a song I'm going to play, like, now I'm going to speed up. So this is a song that has been on 2 video games, and it's one of my favorites because someone asked me the other day, like, what are one of your favorite songs? And I'm like, it's hard to answer that question because it's always a loaded question. because I can tell that usually when a person asks me that question, they want to see if somehow my favorite song happens to be their favorite song, or something of that nature. And so it's always like a scary question because I'm like, if I say the wrong thing and it happens to be a record they can't stand by A-Box, they're going to be like, really? That's your favorite song? So, oh, George, you're so funny, man. Can't do that. Um, Not if I still want to live here. I can't do that. But yeah, it's like, so it's a very difficult question to answer. But this is one of my favorite songs. I've always loved this song. And it's one of those where I wish I had rehearsed it more this week because I definitely would have seen myself playing this one. But it just wasn't the right time. So it's not on the set. Don't expect to hear it. You won't. But it is one of my favorites. And this is the whole thing, not just the short version. This is the longer version. This is, a song that I like. So this is from Electrodelica, and it's like, I feel like this song helped me figure things out where I kind of knew where things were going to go. And it pointed to where I am right now, electronic music wise. I think it pointed to the right spots. So, whereas I know that there's certain eras that we kind of went in a weird direction where people were like, I don't know what this is, and I'm not liking it. What happened to Poppy Anything Box? Which, they never knew that there was a dark side, right? But it was there. Just didn't know it. But this song is like somewhere in the middle. And so I don't know. I always like this song. So there you go. The vain side of my personality. This is one of my favorite A-Box songs. But again, not on the set. Let's play it. We'll do we'll do this one with visuals. Yeah, sure, why not?
I can see a million faces, plastic
So yeah, automatons and emitter. So we used to do a couple of shows where we opened with this song, and those were always a lot of fun. Um, so I wanted to do it, but it was one of those where I just couldn't get the arrangements to work with everything else I wanted to do. And now looking back on it, it's like, man, I could have worked with now I can think of like four songs that'll work with that would have been awesome, but you know, yeah. So anyway, so I'm not going to do a lot more talking because I think I'm going to play one more and then I'm going to have to say goodnight. But I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and I hope to see most of you, if not all of you. I mean, I wish it was all of you, but I can't wait to see you guys at the shows, talk to you, see you. Um, and, as I said, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Um, and, like I said, turn off the world, get into your own little bubble, do something that's a little more interesting than watching the news, because it's just going to get a little nutty for the next couple days. It's that winding up period, Look at nice art, listen to some good music, find a new book to read, learn something new, do something, oh God, I'd love to come to Vegas. You reminded me, Arturo. So, I was supposed to be in Vegas this week. Not to play, but I was going to go to enjoy myself in Vegas. But the last time I was in Vegas, I got the you know what. So I was worried that if I went into the casino and that I was in an enclosed space for too long, that I was going to wind up with some kind of flu or something. And I was worried that that might mess up the shows. So I opted out of Vegas because it was too close to obviously the shows. So this is what I do. So this is also the reason, by the way, that I don't like to do rehearsals like 2 or 3 days before the show. So like today was my last rehearsal. I may do like 1 or 2, maybe like I'll sneak in something tomorrow or the next day to rehearse, but it'll be like literally me sitting around with a piece of paper trying to remember lyrics or something. But hey, Greg, what's up? You missed it. We were talking about you earlier. I was telling them about our conversation about old gear yesterday. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the shows. It's gonna be fun, man, and I can't wait. It's gonna be a laugh. So with the exception of the live songs that I played tonight, the set, the playlist, I should say, for tonight was songs that are not in the set because I didn't practice them. So I'm going to end this thing with a song that I sometimes would like to close shows with, but it doesn't work because everyone wants to hear the hits. And then it's one of those, like, it's a perfect closer show. A closer show. It's a perfect closer for a show, but only if everyone knew the song. And since this was not a hit, not many people know it. So that's kind of like the drag, if you will. But it is one of my favorites, and I'm going to end it off with this one. And then I will see you online and during the trip, because I'll post from the airport and stuff. So hopefully you're following me on Twitter, because I'll be twittering away the hours at the airport. And who knows? I might stream. I might do something weird. Who knows? We'll see. Oh, that's right. And I'm going to be minting some stuff. Forgot to talk about that, but that's okay. But I have some one-of-ones that I'm going to start minting starting July, which is kind of funny because I didn't realize it was going to be in the same week that I was out on tour. So I'm going to be minting from tour. We'll see how that works. I don't know. It may not even work, and I may have to scrap the whole thing. We'll see. But thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. I love you guys. I really do. I couldn't do this without you, so I'm very grateful. I just want you to know that. I'm really, really grateful. And so here we go. Last song. For this one, as always, moon's got to go up because you have to have the moon for the last song. And it's goodbye.
You're leaving. Tonight is the last time I'll see your face again. Does it have to end this way? Does it have to end this way? For you and me tonight. Is there someone you must see, or am I blind? You can bring me anything you want to hear me say, but always now your dream, your life away. You should know what it's like to be inside my heart without you. If you run from me, I've heard this once before in my dreams. I've heard this once before in my dreams.
I'm part of it. Can't you see it?